Mic check 1, 2. All right, there's Judge. All right, Judge. I'm assuming that means you can hear me pretty good. All right, all right. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in. Come on in. It's the Caravan of Dreams to redo. You know what it is. It's 8 something. Ready to get this party started. It's been a couple of weeks, but we here. We are here. You still don't hear me?
I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Be sure and like and share, like and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams
Check,
is
check, check.
on. All right. Thank you, Judge. All right. All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, come on in. Come on in. Hey, appreciate
Mhm. Look good. Mhm.
All right. Hey, y'all. Big Rip, how you doing? All right. All right. All right. Hey, y'all. Hey. Thank you all so much for joining us. We appreciate you.
Left it. I guess, yeah. Hey, y'all. Hey. You good, Miss Vanessa? What's going on? I'm just buying some time. My wife came back. She was talking. I don't know. How y'all Monday been? Oh, that was quick. Cool. I had to buy no time.
All right. All right. All right. All right. We're going to get started because I know we already late, and we have made y'all wait 2 weeks, so we're going to go ahead and get so. But make sure you like and share. Tell somebody to tell somebody that the Caravan of Dreams. Mm. Yeah.
Oh, going in there. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
All right.
Starting to question my privileges.
Hey, y'all. So let us, we're going to talk through this because Jay said the sound is doing. Uh, so we're going to go on and get started anyway. So y'all let us know. is just where you cannot hear us. So we're pausing. All right, so listen, let's talk about this. And we that have had some things we've heard about. So let's talk about this P Diddy thing. This whole thing that he and Cassie's lawsuit was settled. I think she ended up with 30 mil or something to that. So now here's the thing. So at the end of the day, it's like this. Now, because he settled and went on and gave her this bread, does that mean he knows she has some stuff on him, right? So because if he didn't think that what she had to say was gonna hurt him, then I think he wouldn't have settled out of court situation. But in fact, he did, and so the thing is they're saying, hey, she probably, at the end of the day, she didn't just come out and say everything, but he knew with the stuff that she had on him, so he paid her. And, basically, shut up, right? Like, let me give you this money, be quiet, don't be out here doing that. It's so much. It's so much with P. Diddy. Like, I think whatever secret or and lies that he got going on, everybody kind of know. You know, here's the thing: everybody ain't lying. Okay, there's so many accusations out there on him, and you know, at some point, somebody gonna have the thing that's gonna get him into trouble. One thing that people are saying, is, pretty much that what was his ex name, the one that passed away?
Kim?
Kim. So, at the end of the day, Kim and Cassie had a conversation. Then, not too long after, you know, this happens to Kim, and it's very what happened. They say is um, what is it? Some type of you know form of medicine or something that can give you the make it look like you had a heart attack or whatever it was, those things that the symptoms that they said that she had. So, I mean, what do y'all think? Do you think that P. Diddy would go that far? Like, would he do that? I mean, especially if you're only doing that for, to so people don't know that you are really, low key gay. Everybody knows that.
Mm, I don't know. I ain't never been that rich.
You think that's what it is? I mean, what was he gonna lose? Rich people that
But probably would do that or would do that or what?
did the same thing that he. What do y'all think, everybody?
They probably couldn't hear you, shoot.
Oh, okay. Please give me a thumbs up. I need to know, can y'all hear me okay? Because I'm just talking. And yeah, I know y'all not just gonna sit there and, see my lips moving and y'all think, oh, okay, she must not be talking. Can we get a thumbs up? Just say we hear you or the sound is good. Say something, somebody. Right. So y'all hear her. Okay, so my question is, so what do y'all think in regards to this thing with, P. Diddy? Do you think that he would go as far? Ah, cut it out. would he go as far as to do what they, are saying that he did as far as, you know his ex-wife, his kid's mom to, actually cause her to be, what they eliminated, it's not eliminated, what's the deleted? What do they call it?
What?
What's the new word for offing somebody?
Unalive?
Unaliving. Do y'all think he was responsible for that? Okay. Cutting in and out a little. Okay. All right. The sound man is working on the sound, y'all. So sorry.
I think he good now.
Oh, okay. All right. So now, do y'all think that P. Diddy was capable of that? Now, people say that he had a hand in the whole Tupac Biggie thing. Maybe it was just Biggie. Biggie was his, Tupac was not, right?
Right.
Okay. And so, they say that he had something to do with that because Biggie was planning on leaving Bad Boy Records or whatever. And so then all of a sudden, nah, no, bro, you ain't gone.
I mean, artists, you know, I think we was finding out back then that artists are worth more dead than they are alive.
Mm,
So, and I ain't saying he did it, but artists are more they worth more dead than alive. I mean, the record company gets more profit,
right,
you know,
right, right, right,
from them being dead than alive.
right, right. And so they were saying that, um, you know, that maybe he had a hand in that.
And Biggie dying,
Hmm.
that'd be pretty messed up. I mean, that's between him and God. I don't know. I can't really make a call on that. Um,
I feel like things are about to fall, out right now for him.
for Diddy,
Yeah. Cuz here's the thing. At the end of the day, he Kim was writing a memoir or a book
I
or
guess,
something.
yeah, I think that's what Ramonda's saying right here. It's been saying that she had a tell-all book coming out,
Hmm.
and then she dies.
Right. Right. Right.
And they say there's two autopsies. The real reason she passed is chemicals was found in her body system.
Hmm.
Second autopsy says she died of pneumonia.
Right. Right.
Okay,
That's it. That's it.
okay. I see Rip got jokes.
Okay. So, and I guess it seems to me that, like I said, a lot of things, because other people are coming out with accusations, and Kamora Lee, she said she knows something. She knows something in regards. She said, her and Kim were really, really good friends. And
Kamora, is she the one whose house just got burned down?
yes, uh-huh. Okay. Now, hey, that looked real fishy to me too.
Was it a
Because
warning?
she about to say, you know what I'm saying? She was ready to say something. And then all of a sudden, now her house done caught on fire. What's up with that? Just
That might be
looking
a
real
warning. I
fishy.
mean, it's okay. Keep
Just
talking
looking
to
real
your ass.
fishy.
Be chilling with Kim. Basically, that was a message.
Right. Right. Yeah, it's real fishy. So, and then now here lately, there's been some accusations in regards to Aaron Hall and P. Diddy. So somebody is saying both of them, you know,
Hey man,
assault. Yeah.
leave Aaron Hall alone.
Hey,
That's the Mr. Nasty Man.
listen, you know what? At the end of the day, why is Aaron Hall hanging out with P. Diddy? Like,
I
stop.
mean, they was in the same circles. They was in that New Jack City
I
circle thing
know,
back in
I
the day.
know, I know. And so now, you know what? That there goes to show you right there. You hang around. What's the saying?
I don't know. What you are, what you hang around.
I don't know the saying. I thought you was gonna finish it.
My bad. I don't.
Anyway, you hang around trash, you get, or uh you hang around gasoline and
You
you
get burned.
get burned,
Okay,
something to that effect.
that's play with fire. You get burned.
What? Yeah. Okay.
I mean,
So
I think it's saying you are what you hang around. You are what
right,
what you associate with or whatever.
right. So I'm just saying the fact that you know it's looking ugly.
Oh Lord, Monica said that's that Illuminati mess. She said you hang around trash, you get dirty.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look up the saying, but
Rip said, Aaron Hall, don't be afraid. He said, after you listen, it's atrocious, but I love it. I love the song word for word. And don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I guess, and that's one of my favorite songs right there. I mean, Aaron Hall, one of my favorite artists. Like, I just want to be like, dude.
right.
So,
So so
I
anyway,
mean,
I hate to see
not
that.
in
I
that
hate to
way,
hear that.
but
Right.
yeah, I used to want to be like, dude.
Right.
He was the lead man for Guy.
Right. Right. Right.
And
A
he could
lot of guy
sing.
songs. I mean, he, you know, it unfortunately him, R. Kelly, it's a whole lot of really good artists that get thrown in the bucket with all this mess, and it's crazy.
R. Kelly, he's the best R&B artist in my lifetime. I don't care what nobody say. Okay, whatever he do in his off, his off time is, I guess, Robert Kelly the man was
Mm-hmm.
atrocious. He was a monster.
Right.
R. Kelly the artist,
Was the goat.
goat of my time.
Yeah. I mean,
You know,
I get it. I get
so
it.
uh,
I get it. So now here's the thing. I was looking at a documentary piece where they said um that Prince was, right before his death. First of all, right before his death, Prince went to the doctor. Okay. So, right, like days before he passed away, Prince had a doctor's appointment, went to a doctor. We saw this. We saw him and his bodyguard going, to and from the doctor's office. We saw it on video, right? Caught it on the video.
saw him going to and from a doctor's office.
Uh huh. Yeah.
I know.
And so, and there was nothing wrong with him.
Oh, okay. What did he die from?
And so, whatever it was that he mysteriously died from, where did it come from? And he just came from the doctor. He was good.
I don't know. What was he about to do? He about to buy NBC?
I mean, there was something that he was going to do. Wasn't NBC, but it was something with, I don't know if it was with
His
his
masters or
record. Yeah,
something?
something with that.
I don't know. Most of his, especially his latest stuff, all of his stuff, latest stuff, he owned his masters to.
Hmm.
Maybe his early stuff, he might not have,
No, maybe
own his
so.
masters to it.
But I just think that the crazy thing is that the
Ricky was good.
control,
Ricardo was good, man.
the
Say,
control that these people, you know what I'm saying, that
let's say Prince overdosed. Did
mhm,
Mike Jack overdose?
it was,
They
yeah,
say he overdosed as well, right?
right,
Yeah, yeah.
right.
But go ahead with your, what was you saying now? You say these people what now?
I don't know what did I say.
Oh damn, my bad. I should have never interrupted you. I don't know. It sounded like most of these higher ups. It sounded like he was going to go into the Illuminati, about to go into the whole, the power circle or whatever.
So I don't remember.
Oh well, okay.
So anyway,
Well, I mean, with P Diddy, it seemed like it's a lot of stuff about to come out on dude,
yeah, yeah,
and
sad, sad.
yeah, I
But
don't.
like at the end of the day, I mean, I feel like did he think that he would forever be able to just get away with all this? Like
Yeah, I think he did. Yeah,
because you know what, and they showed you, they went back and showed us how it was obvious that he was beating Cassie, right?
hmm
She would come out with, bruise here, busted lip, this all this stuff that she couldn't even hide, with shades and things like that. And
Ramona say, "Where's Bentley Farnsworth at?" She said, "Umbrella dude. That's who
right,
going. He know a lot."
right, right, right. all these other people coming out. Bentley, he probably sitting back with the holding that card.
Man,
I bet he somebody paying. He
I'm
getting
gonna say
paid.
Bentley's paid well.
Yeah.
He's on a remote island somewhere, chilling, probably owning an island.
Right.
I don't think you're gonna get much from him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they say he know everything. I'm pretty sure he know everything. I'm pretty sure you know.
Right.
I don't know. I ain't gonna make no because he moved kind of funny anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't know with all of that stuff.
Right.
Plus, I
Right.
don't want to be found unalive.
Mhm.
Don't come get me. I don't want him coming to get me. I don't want this to get around. He want to Puffy decide he want to erase. All of
Everybody's
us.
talking about it.
Right. Everybody's got something to say.
You got a lot of erasing to
Hey,
do. A
well,
lot of erasing. Okay, so listen. Did you hear about that? You know what? Boosie always got something crazy to say, but did you hear about that conversation he had?
with who?
So here's the thing. He said, my daughter texted me and said she got a new boyfriend. Right.
Hmm.
And so it's like, that's cool. That's cool. I'm glad I need to meet this dude. Here's the thing. Do whatever you want to do. You can cheat on her, whatever you want to do. Just don't hit her.
What's wrong with that?
Because now the internet is saying, Boosie, why would you say you can cheat on your daughter? Why would you say that?
I mean, now
Who says that?
Boosie,
Boosie, besides Boosie.
Boosie a fool. Let's get that out the way.
Yes, he is.
Boosie say whatever. He get on the
Mm-hmm.
internet. I feel like he'd be highly inebriated to have half time when he jump on the high, drunk, or both.
Right, right, right.
So and I don't think he means it in a literal sense.
Mm.
It's just like you can do whatever you want to do, and I'll let you make it.
Mm-hmm.
Cheating, I'll let you make it. You put your hands on her, it's going down.
Yeah.
So it's not like cheating is okay,
Mm-hmm.
but it's like I ain't gonna mess you up for cheating,
Mm-hmm.
but I'm coming for your head. You put your hands on my daughter,
Right.
and I
Right.
I would feel the same way. I wouldn't be happy with it if somebody, if my daughter's boyfriend, if he cheated on her or whatever, I wouldn't be happy about it.
Right.
But the physical thing, we're gonna take care of that immediately, like
Right.
right now. So
Yeah.
I get what he's saying,
Yeah.
not in a literal sense.
Okay. So you think that he really didn't mean that because everybody took that to mean like, why would he say that?
Oh, it's the internet.
Mm-hmm.
It's the internet,
Mm-hmm.
and it's all about when you're talking to a billion people. Surely, some of those people are gonna interpret it another way.
Right. Right.
So you're gonna take it and you're gonna run with it. Plus, it's Boosie.
Right.
You know, all the blogs know. You use his name, you're gonna get some views.
Yeah.
So yeah, we're gonna take what Boosie said and we're gonna run with it.
And he did sound like he was low key. He
He
had been drinking.
always
Yeah.
sound like that when he go live, so that don't matter.
Yeah. Yeah.
That don't matter. But yeah, I get what he's talking about. He's not condoning. He's not saying. He's just saying you can live from cheating. You can live from a lot of things,
Right.
but you risking your life
Mm-hmm. If
by
you hit her.
if you hitting on my daughter.
Yeah.
That's basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, Vanessa, like you say, it's all in how you interpret things. And I mean, anybody who been watching Boosie should not be surprised
Right.
by, some of
Right.
these things that come out of his mouth.
Yeah. Because he say everything, anything.
Anything. He's just like other people that we know that's on
Mm-hmm.
the internet that say, say what you say what you gotta say to get your views, to get your money.
Right. 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 Right.
So to stay relevant,
Right.
let's be real. Boosie is of the older variety. He's an unk now. He ain't necessarily mine. I'm a school.
Mm-hmm.
But he's an unk.
Right.
And the youngsters, they laugh at Unc.
Mm.
They could a lot of them can relate to Unc, but
Right.
it's like he's Unc. He's the one at the family picnic. You sit around, you ask him a question just to hear him answer. You
Right.
you just want to hear his answer
Right.
because
Right.
it's
Right.
gonna be entertaining.
Yeah.
So that's kind of who Boosie is.
Right. 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 Because even one of the what's the guy that he does all the interviews, and I know he's
Vlad.
Vlad. He loves to interview Boosie.
I
He love to see what Boosie gonna
mean,
say
that's
about
because
something.
he's feds. He police.
Hmm? Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. His information goes straight to the authorities,
Oh,
in my
wow.
opinion.
Wow. 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 Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So listen. Now, did y'all hear about T.I.
Oh Lord, we knew that was coming.
and King with that whole little argument situation that they had and fight and all this? What is going on today? So first of all, let's start here. So now they say that King said that y'all's watching the Ti Tiny whatever that reality show. He said the real part about it is he said I didn't even live with them. He said they had to come pick him up from his grandmother's house because that's who he lived with.
Mm.
That he didn't live with his parents.
Okay.
So he said, just let y'all know that was fake. And why people acting like, okay, well, your parents raised you, blah blah. They didn't. My grandmother did.
I
So,
don't think they let grandma live in poverty.
um,
Even if I mean, grandma, you got grandma, and she probably did not want to move out of her house,
mhm,
wherever the house was.
mhm,
But I bet the refrigerator was not empty.
right.
I bet there was no fear of the lights getting cut off, the water getting cut off. What did they say? What did Ti say? Have you ever had a cockroach roach crawl on your face?
Mm,
I bet that house was exterminated. If
right.
if Granny
Right. Right.
called and said, "Hey, we got some rats, we got some
Right.
roaches over here," they gonna send the
It's
Orkin
taken
man
care
over
of.
there that's
Yeah.
gonna take care of that. So
Yeah.
yeah, he was in the hood, which means that yeah, he could be around
Mhm.
the kids or whatever.
Mhm.
But I'm pretty sure he wasn't wanting for nothing over there
Right.
in that house on that side of town.
Right, right. Because he was saying how everybody would say that he, grew up, privileged or with a silver spoon, this, that, and the third. He's like, nah, he said, I was over here with my grandma. We didn't live in that neighborhood and that kind of
There
thing.
was still a level of privilege.
Yeah.
Even living in that neighborhood, there was still a level of privilege. And I don't care what you say, Ti not finna let Granny, even if she, it's perfectly natural for somebody of that age to be like, I don't care how much money y'all got. Then my house over here,
Right,
I bought it or whatever the case. I've been in it. I ain't moving.
right.
So other than that, it's like, okay, you're gonna stay in that house. We're gonna put some cameras up. We're gonna put nice TVs in here, nice furniture in here. We're gonna make sure there are no rats, no roaches, keep the yard cut, whatever the case. So there was a level, yes, there was a level of what am I saying? What was we saying as far as him, a silver spoon? It wasn't necessarily a silver spoon,
Right.
a level of privilege.
Right, right,
There
right.
was
Right.
definitely a level
Still.
of privilege
Mm-hmm.
still in that
Mm-hmm.
house, and he could talk and scream all he wants to, and he
Right.
had access to his boys or whatever. And the only reason why he had that kind of access to his boys was because of his father
Right.
and his mother.
Yeah.
Otherwise, his little light skin tail, what it would, man, they took advantage of that little dude, and they probably
Mm-hmm.
still took advantage of him.
Yeah.
You know, that's why
Yeah.
they let him in the fold.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
He had the
Mm-hmm.
money.
Right. Right.
He had
Right.
the money. Even if one of them niggas had a harebrained scheme or whatever, it's like, nigga, we gotta go holler King. King got
Right.
the money.
Right.
So, and it gave him his little piece of validation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But come on,
I
man.
mean, and you know what, and they talk about that. Look, first of all, they trying to say that's not even Ti's
You
son.
seen the dude?
Yeah, I know Bippy or somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Who is
I
Bippy?
don't know, but he showed
Yeah,
favor. Now,
yeah,
um, Tiny is really, really light skinned too. She's
right,
highly light skinned too.
right,
So,
right.
you
I mean,
never
she's
know.
mixed,
Yeah,
right?
I don't know.
Yeah, her mom's white.
I don't know.
Her dad was black. Mom's white.
Ramona said, yes, I did. He got out of line, disrespected Tiny, and T.I. busted. Yeah. That was so funny. Like, you
Yeah,
can't do nothing with me.
right.
That is a classic dad line right there.
But that people are saying, was that just a marketing? Because they are the
Yeah, they
two of
touring right
them.
now. They'll be here. They'll be here in a matter of weeks, sometime this month. They'll be here.
Mm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So it could have been.
Yeah.
It
So
could.
what a way to get the numbers up. So
Bimmy. The judge said,
oh,
Judge,
Bimmy.
yeah, Judge said
Oh,
he do look like Bimmy,
yeah.
and he do. They,
Is
it's all
Bimmy
over the.
somebody?
Yeah, he's a record executive. He older. He's an older
Oh.
cat.
Oh, okay.
You know,
Hmm.
so yeah, she probably was close to him at least.
Yeah. I think they showed a picture of the two of them
Oh yeah, they definitely showed
from back
pictures.
in the
That's
day.
all over there. And oh yeah, yeah,
No,
that
I'm
was in
saying
the
of
right, and they was in the
time.
same circles.
Yeah.
Yeah, they was in the same circles. Um, I wouldn't be surprised, but it don't matter because he ain't raising.
Right.
You know, Ti
Right.
raising. Bottom line, Ti and Tiny raising.
Yeah. So he probably don't at this point don't even want to know
Yeah.
if that's his son or not.
That's just a good storyline. It's gonna sell. It's gonna keep them in the news. It's gonna keep them in the blogs. That whole fight situation is gonna keep in the blogs.
Right.
Whether it was staged or not, who knows? But
Right.
it's gonna keep them in the blogs.
Yeah.
Um, I think a lot of it's true though, as far as Lil Man King or whatever. Want to be in the street. You want to be
Right.
outside.
Right.
You. I done learned myself in personal experience. You can give these kids everything you have, man. You can give them 120, 150, 200% of you. And man, they still gonna gravitate towards the street. They still they still gonna want to be street. They still gonna want to be street. And you gotta get a hold to your kids early, man. You gotta get a hold to them kids and control them influences early. Because if you don't, they're gonna idolize the street and they're gonna gravitate towards the street. Bottom line.
Right.
And I think like I was telling you earlier today, um, the gangsters today, the integrity is different.
Mm-hmm.
I remember growing up on the South Side. I remember niggas cripping or whatever the case. I also remember trying to hang out with these dudes, and they was literally like, "Man, say man, take your ass down to the Panther Boys Club, because if you ain't down there by 4 o'clock, then your mama gonna be out here looking for all of us. And nobody got time for that. It's like, they explain to me, say, man, you got a whole family. You got people who care about you. Your granny go to church. You know what I'm saying? It's like
Right.
you got a you got a good situation. Don't mess that up. Take your ass to the boys club, go play with them little kids.
Right. Right.
You know, um, kids nowadays, or the gangsters, street kids nowadays, they different because you are marked now, in which there were marks back then. That's where the,
Mm-hmm.
you know the word came from. Back then. Well, it's been around, but they use you as more of a mark nowadays. It's
Right.
like, okay, this kid over here, he's a privileged kid or whatever. We can get this dude money. We can take the dude shoes. We can take this dude, clothes. We can borrow his shoes. We ain't got to get him back. We can have him take us out. He might be the one with the car.
Right.
So we can bring him in, use him up, and I think back then, if they knew you was a good kid, they wasn't as prone to bring you in.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas now, man, they'll bring you in, use you up, and have you take the bait. You go down, take the years, and they walk away scot free.
Right.
So the integrity is different.
Yeah. Yeah. And at the end of the day, the thing is that it seems like, well, we I think we were coming to learn that these kids they've lost their way. And so they you know got to follow somebody. Everybody don't want to be, they don't try to be leaders. You know what I'm saying? How you want your kid not to be a follower. That is the thing. But they're going to do that anyway. And the thing is you hope that if they want to be a follower, that they're looking up to somebody, with some good morals and
Man, don't nobody want to follow the spelling bee champion. Ain't nothing cool about it, you know what I'm saying?
right,
Idolizing the
right,
spelling bee champ
yeah,
or the chess champ, you
right,
know,
right,
speech, somebody who won the speech meet.
yeah,
Nobody trying to idolize that. We
yeah,
want to be with the cool kids over there, man.
right, 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 right.
So
And that's a shame too, because it because here's the thing: as kids, when you out there in the street, you trying to navigate this thing, whatever called life. Then yeah, you don't want to follow that person, but then once you see that person is, oh, okay, they got a good head on their shoulder. Once they get older, then it's like, man, I should have followed. You know what I'm saying? You look back and you think, I should have been following that
hey,
person.
that was me. I had I can't say that I just had the wrong people in my circle. I ain't have enough people in my circle. I didn't have enough diversity in my circle. You
Mm-hmm.
know,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't just have completely nothing as niggas in my circle,
Right.
but none of us had real direction.
Mm.
None of us had real direction. None of us really want to. We wanted to get out of the situations that we were in, but none of us really had a grasp on how to do
Right.
it. And we ain't have that intellect in our circle.
Right.
Be honest with you, I was probably one. I was always, and I was secure with being one of the smarter people in my circle.
Right.
And that was one of the dumbest moves
Right.
I could have made,
Right.
because
Right.
you got to have somebody smarter than you.
Right. Right. That's what they
But
say.
when
To
you're young, it's so cool to be the smartest dude in your circle.
right.
They look up to you.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, they, oh, you smart, oh, you. It's like,
Mm-hmm.
you
Mm-hmm.
cool. You the president of
Right.
your circle.
Right.
You know what I'm
But
saying?
then who you're gonna look up to?
Right.
Right.
Because you need you got to have somebody that you aspire to be like. And there's nothing wrong with having somebody that's smarter than you in
Mm-hmm.
your circle,
Mm-hmm.
because they might have the way, they might have the key,
Right.
and they can pass it to you
Right.
instead of all of y'all looking dumb and don't nobody had a key. So we locked in this bad situation.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So,
Mm-hmm.
it is what it is. You live and you learn. And I try to tell youngsters nowadays, man, you got to have some successful people in your circle.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, if you want to play basketball, man, hang out with try to find you a McDonald's All American or All District
Right.
dude,
Right.
hang out with or whatever.
Right. Somebody know how to play.
Right.
Yeah.
And just hang out, whatever you want to do. Try to rub elbows with somebody
Right.
who's really good
Right.
in the area that you want to be
Right.
in.
Who's doing that?
Right.
Yes.
And because they can kind of help you, kind of show you the way as far as how to get there, or how to at
Mm-hmm.
least get where they at.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So, but just saying I'm gonna do it and you don't have no direction, that really leaves you frustrated.
Yeah. Very much so.
Because a lot of times you'll try it your way, you'll fall, bust your tail, you're frustrated because you can't figure the way out.
That's it. That's it.
So, Ramonda, oh, there's a lot of people dropped in, man. DFW Shaka, what's going on, man? We got some artists up in here. Tweet, what's going on with you, bro? Yamise Jennings Mitchell, Yamise Mitchell, man. Stephanie Love's in the house. Kelly Cola's in the house. Rolo, what's good with you, bro? And Ramonda said, he said they should have never took prayer out of our schools. It's funny you say the kids want to be hard. Then when they get busted, they want to cry. It was like, no, man up. You so right.
Mm-hmm.
You
Mm-hmm.
so right. Um, one of the telltale situations with kids nowadays is when they get caught, they tell it. They snitch. They
Mm-hmm.
be like, so and so was on, but that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
things that lets you know that you ain't even street, bro. Because
Right.
you got to take that charge. You got to go down. You
Right.
got to go down with it. That's part of being gangster.
Hmm. But you know what? Please believe, if it's anybody out there listening, that whole thing about, what I'm saying, I'm not gonna tell nothing, I don't want to say nothing, I'm a, what I'm saying, I'm gonna be this gangster person. Y'all excuse Johnny, he's, we also got to get these kids to bed, okay, and they know what time bedtime is, but so pause for the cows, that's what he doing. But anyway, um everybody want to say, look, I ain't gonna tell, what I'm saying, and that whole thing about not telling, I'm tell you, that gets you some time is what it do. And
It will get you some time.
listen,
That's once again, that's a part of
listen.
being, that's I'm just gonna be honest with it, it's part of being a mark. Because they marked you, they're gonna bring you in, they're gonna have you to do all the dirt with them. But then when it's time for somebody to go down, I've witnessed firsthand, when it's time for somebody to go down, the person who came up with the idea, the person who concocted the whole thing, walk
Hmm.
away not a day of time.
Hmm. Hmm. That's
The
it.
most innocent one, you know, no priors, none of that stuff like that, clean record, do the no snitching and go down.
Right.
So, but I mean, if you G, that's part of the game. You don't talk, so you just gonna have to go down. And but you have to realize the shoes, you was a mark the whole time.
Yeah.
It's a hard pill to swallow.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Very much so.
I don't know. For me, I ain't no gangster, so just don't tell me. You know, I've as a IT person, I'm gonna say I've been involved in some things, and I don't want to know because I don't want to have to tell. I don't want to have to tell. So
Don't
just
put me in no position.
man, just tell me what needs to be done. You know, you need what an IP address hidden. You need your credit card machine. You needed programs to your computer. Hey, I don't know. You could own a store. I don't know what you do. I program it to your laptop. You can come over here. It's gonna cost that much. Go on about your business. I don't know what and where and how. I don't know. That ain't my. Hey, I was paid to do a job. Don't tell me, because I got kids. At this age, I got kids.
Right.
So, and I'm not finna sit up in jail for extra 20 to 30 years and my kids graduate and all that good stuff. And you get to see them graduate. You don't got me in trouble. You get to see them graduate and I don't.
Right. Right.
No, that's not how this is about to go.
Right. That's it.
So but I'm grown. I'm grown, and a lot of kids don't necessarily see it that way.
Hmm. Yeah.
And the key to it is just don't get caught in that situation.
Right.
Just don't get caught in that situation. Most
Right.
kids, a lot of these kids are not in that desperate of a situation. A lot of these kids, they're not that broke. They're not that underprivileged to where they have to do something like that. No, you just hear about it, or you hear about it in a song, or you see it on a video, or whatever case, and you want to try to emulate that.
It is so glamorized. It's like, you know what I'm saying? The TV, the videos and all the music make it sound like, man, this is the thing to do.
Well,
So,
and see, I don't know if it's necessarily about it being glamorized. I think we glamorize it.
as a people,
Yeah,
a community,
yeah. I think we glamorize it in the
mm,
way that we see it.
mm,
A lot of them was just telling us, first of all, that's what they went through, or that's they saw a lot of rappers rap about was
right,
something they saw somebody else going
right,
through.
right, right,
But yeah, in the middle of while you selling dope, in the middle of while you scamming, you do have money, you do have cars, you do have girls, you do, you got all this stuff right there.
right.
We only see that part, so we try to emulate that part.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
But the end is, then a whole lot of gangsters that get to retire,
mm, right.
and but we don't think about that part. Even in my generation, when we was growing up, the thing was being a gangster, thing was being a thug or whatever the case. Looking at Boys in the Hood,
Right.
looking at Minister Society. We ain't think about the end where they
Right. Cause
die.
I'm like, yeah, like that none of those ended up just where they were just like in such a good standing at the end. Like
No,
especially
no,
the whole thing I think about is, Ricky, like was he even in it? Like he was trying to go to school.
yeah.
He just got caught in the crossfire or something, right?
His brother was a gangster.
Right. Right. See, that sucks. That sucks right there.
Yeah,
So
his brother was hood, and he just
mhm.
you know, and his brother would take up for him.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, that was he got caught up.
Yeah.
He caught up. He said it's part of being trifling. That's what Quincy said.
Mhm.
Quincy's here. Okay, everybody. 4-5 is in the building. So
What
just
the
look for off the wall answers
'Cause I'm
for the
like,
rest of the
what?
evening. I mean, it is trifling when you think about it, man. It's we only look at the glamorous part of it. We don't look at the end of it. In the end of these things, these dudes die. They go to jail. It's not a lot of them don't have happy endings.
Right.
One of my favorites was New Jack City.
Mhm.
Well, Nino got shot up
Right.
on the courthouse steps.
Right. Right.
Lost everything.
Yeah.
But we don't see that part. We saw the balling part, and we
Right.
want to do the balling part.
Right. Right.
And most of us are not educated on the fact that it's entertainment.
Yeah.
It's entertainment. It's just telling you, about the life and times of a gangster. It's not saying. I don't believe that Boys in the Hood was made for us to emulate it.
Mm.
That was our interpretation.
Right.
It was actually made for us to stay away from it, to tell us to stay away from it, regardless
Mhm.
of what you see, regardless of all the rims and the
Right.
girls or whatever. In the end, it's not good. Stay away from it. But
Right.
we didn't get that message,
Right.
and now it's the same thing. You see the scamming. I think scamming is the new for me, or for the kids. Scamming is the new crack.
Mm.
It's the new drug dealing.
Mm.
So it's credit card scams.
Mm.
And what we see is the scamming. What we see is the free and the fast money,
Right.
all that good stuff right
Right.
there.
Right. Right.
We don't see the jail time. We don't see the
Yeah.
10 years fed minimum that you're gonna get for doing credit card scams. We don't
Right.
see that part.
Yeah.
Well, we just choose to see the glamorous part.
Mhm. Mhm. That's it.
And we don't see it for the. It's really just entertainment, and that's it.
Yeah.
It's just entertainment. It could be educational as well. It depends on how you look at it. But
Right.
we don't see it as educational.
Right.
We see it as a blueprint on how to get
Right.
rich.
Right. Yep. 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 That's it.
So Quincy said if Ricky hadn't tried to check the Jerry Curl Negro at the strip, he wouldn't have got his ass shot. This is true.
Mm.
He was out there on the strip. He was out there on the strip with his brother, Cube, who was banging
Right.
or
Right.
whatever the
Right.
case. And that whole altercation was, and Cube, and that was the coolest part of the movie. You know, Cube had his gun tucked,
Mm-hmm.
and then I seen so many dudes do that from that point on.
Mm-hmm.
He had a gun tucked or whatever, and he was like, "We got a problem here."
Right. Right.
We got a problem. That was the coolest part of the movie
Yeah.
because everybody backed down for the moment.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody backed down
Mm-hmm.
because he had his piece right there.
Right. Right.
So yeah, we looked at it in the wrong way.
Yeah. Yeah. At the end of the day, was he LTC?
No,
Oh.
wasn't nobody back then at LTC.
Oh. Okay.
It was so much easier to get guns back then.
Mm.
You ain't necessarily, man. You can go to the pawn shop and get you a gun. You ain't have to have
Mm.
no LTC. I know that personally. I know that personally. It wasn't smart because it can still be registered to you.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A lot of it, you steal guns. You steal it out of somebody
Right.
else's house. You
Right.
find out somebody got a gun. Run up in there, steal a gun,
Right.
file the numbers down.
Right. 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 Do you now? What do you think as far as the um having guns when you got kids?
You got a right to protect yourself.
I mean, of course.
You got to put them up. You got to lock it up.
Mm-hmm.
You got to be responsible. A lot of us are not responsible about our guns,
Right.
especially younger, because a lot of times when you get a gun, you got to let people know you got a gun.
Right.
So you might sit down at the dinner table and it's uncomfortable, so you
Right.
got to pull it out,
Mm-hmm.
put it on the table, or you might be
Mm-hmm.
playing dominoes with your homeboys and get uncomfortable, so you got to
Right.
pull it out. But that's irresponsible.
Yeah. Yeah. Indeed.
So yeah, Quincy said as soon as Colors, Boys in the Hood, Minister Society, and shit came out, all the Negroes wanted to be finger popping, color flaming, super criminals, and white people made money putting everybody in jail. This is true. This is true. But it kind of played on the fact that we ain't prepare our kids. I ain't gonna say
Mm-hmm.
we didn't raise our kids. I ain't finna just say just because you went that way that you wasn't raised right.
Right.
Because I tried to go that way, and I
Mhm.
know, my mama, she raised me as best she could.
Right.
So I ain't gonna say that, but my mom wasn't ready for the gangster rap era. She
Yeah.
wasn't. She wasn't ready to defend against that gangster rap era.
Yeah.
It was just like don't listen to it, and because she
Mhm.
said don't listen to it, I was gonna listen to it.
Right.
So I couldn't let it consume me because one thing my mom did put it into me is that I'm not that kind of guy, and we not that kind of family. We don't do that.
Right.
So that's really was the saving grace with me.
Mm-hmm.
It was
Mm-hmm.
like we don't do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
So you know, um, we just didn't know how to defend against it. It came in like wildfire. Selling crack as a kid, you ain't have to do nothing but just run some crack for somebody else. You could make some good money.
Mm-hmm.
Be able to buy you Jordans. I know kids that they was broke as hell, but they had money,
Right.
nice clothes, whatever the case, and they wasn't doing nothing but just running rock from one block to the other.
Right. Right.
So
I mean, my transparent moment. Um, Somebody that I was used to hang with. I don't even
you try not
that's transparent. Isn't it?
to
Anyway, used to do that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, get it and go
drop
be,
it and mm-hmm.
That whole little
and get paid good for that.
transaction.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man.
So,
Yeah,
yeah.
man.
Right.
Yeah.
So, I mean, the thing was like, if you doing that, just don't be somebody who is a user. You know what I'm saying? As long as you ain't, be like on Friday where they was, where what's his name? Chris Tucker, he used everything and
Oh, he was smoking
yeah,
all the
yeah.
weed up or whatever.
Uh-huh.
I think as a kid, when you see crackheads, you don't want to be that at first, but you see how they escape their pain, whatever they got going on.
Right.
So when you hit your pain
Mm.
and it's unbearable,
Mhm.
it's like you kind
Like, I
of
need to try this.
right.
Yeah.
I want to get away,
Right.
and it looks like when they mess with this,
Right.
they get away.
Right. Right. But in
So
your words, like you say, when you come up off that high, whatever that was,
the same
still
problem
gonna be
still
there.
gonna be there. This is
Yeah.
true. This is true. Um, Once said you're supposed to have guns when you have kids. You're supposed to teach them the do's and the don'ts of gun safety, which I think they made. Um, what you think them white? What you think them the other coaches do? And this is true.
Mm.
They raise their kids to know how to shoot them, clean them, break them down, the whole 9 yards. And yeah, if you know, there's nothing wrong with that either.
Right.
There's nothing wrong with that either. I still believe, at least in the little town that I live in, the little town of Fort Worth that I live in, you know, if you stay out of trouble, stay away from trouble, a lot of
Mm.
times it don't come to your doorstep.
Mm.
I'm not saying that it guarantees long life because anything can happen, but I just feel like, you know, in little towns such as little Fort Worth, like we got, if you make an effort to not be in mess,
Right. Right. Right.
then you know it's unlikely that it'll come to your doorstep.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, you know, but you never want to get caught slipping.
Right.
That's the thing.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, whether you don't get down like that or not,
Yeah.
somebody could always you could just be a well-to-do person and somebody just want what you got,
Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah.
or want what they think you got. You might not even have much. You might have something, you know,
Right.
just look good to them,
Right.
and you gotta defend yourself.
Right. Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah, if you, I don't think having a gun. I don't think it goes. I don't know. I don't see the correlation between guns and kids as far as if you got kids, you shouldn't have a gun,
Yeah.
or if you had kids, you should have a gun.
Right.
You know,
Right.
um, if you have worries, you should have a gun. That's my thing. But if you have a gun, you should be responsible about it as well.
Mhm.
And that's just at the end of the day.
Right.
So, you know, if you have concerns, get you a gun.
Yeah. Yeah.
The one thing about a gun, when I was younger, you know, when I got my first gun, I was looking for trouble.
Mm.
You know, looking for a reason to shoot it.
Right.
You know, I shot at my repo
Wow.
man because I wasn't thinking.
You thought he was stealing?
Yeah, because
Wow.
I had a Cutlass. I had rims on it,
Mhm.
and so I was following me home. And I didn't watch Men of Society. I didn't watch Boys in the Hood. You know, we carjacking all of that good old stuff. So I'm like, this nigga want my shit.
Wow.
But I wasn't no gangster. I broke so many G rules. Like I drove up to my house real fast. I drove up to my house and I guess I tried to get in the front door or something. I left my car out there or whatever. I must have left it running or something
Mm.
because the repo man jumped in it and drove off.
Oh wow. Wow. Wow.
And
Wow.
I started shooting at it. Why? I don't know. Because that's what they was doing in the movies. That's what you're supposed to do. That's what you're
Oh
supposed
my
to do. That's the
gosh.
movie said.
Wow.
So I'm shooting at the repo man.
Mm.
And I get a call from the car lot Monday morning.
Wow.
They like say, man, we could press charges on you, bro.
Okay. Wow.
And he was like, you know, basically, you nigga, you was late on your car payment. They ain't
Mm.
had nothing to do with carjacking. You was
Mm.
just late on your car payment. But I watched movies or whatever, and you know, man, I had it on me, and that was my time to shine.
Mm. All righty then. There you go.
Quinn said it is better to be a warrior in the garden than a farmer in war. That's a good one though. Your daddy, I'm all sure, I'm almost sure his daddy told him that one. That sounds like something straight out of his daddy mouth. Yeah, Vanessa. You know, I'm sure I wasn't no different than a whole lot of other kids, man. You get a hold of your first gun, it's like, man, I wish a nigga would. That's basically your attitude, you know, when you got it on you.
Right.
It's like I wish a nigga would. It give you a
Right.
sense of
Right.
empowerment.
Right. Right.
But it also you create scenarios,
Mm-hmm.
you know, situations where you probably will walk away from a fight or whatever. It's like, nigga, we can fight. And if I start losing, nigga, I'm gonna pop you.
Yeah.
And now these kids nowadays, it ain't even no fight. I'm not even finna sweat.
Right.
I'm gonna pop you. Just period.
Yeah.
You say, did you jump out the car, drop, roll, and shoot? Man, I probably did, man, on some old Starsky and Hutch type.
Wow.
I can't remember. But the thing was, like, why did I even get out the car? You know, if I wanted to keep the car, why did I even get out the car? But I wasn't no gangster. You know what I'm saying? I wasn't trained for them type of situations. So I didn't know how to react. You know, I jumped out of the
Mm,
car. Like I said, I do believe I left it running or something like that. I was running for my life with the gun.
mm.
And I guess my gangster clicked in after he drove off. It was like, shoot the car, shoot at him.
Ah,
So it's just
alrighty.
dumb. Just dumb. But uh for a long time I ain't carry guns after that.
Mm,
Because it was like I was putting myself in bad situations
right.
because of that.
Right.
And I wasn't necessarily a bad dude. Other than going to the club and dancing in the mirror, I wasn't no gangster.
Right.
I might have hung out in a hole in the wall club where the gangsters was, but I wasn't no gangster.
Yeah.
Uh gonna say he was supposed to be shot at, just jumping in somebody's car and driving off will cause anyone to get shot at. This is true.
Yeah.
This is true.
I
But
mean, you don't automatically assume that's the repo man. You know what I'm saying? Especially if they jump in and
I mean, they was following me,
right.
you know. But I ain't live too far from the car lot.
Mm,
And I'm sure they had my address. You know, I was going home to the address that I
right.
put on the application or whatever.
Right.
So I ain't put two and two together. I don't know where I was coming from. I'm pretty sure had been drinking or whatever because 40s was a part of life back then. So I probably was drinking on my way home. I seen somebody who, riding up close. I was like, who the hell? Some nigga trying to jack me.
Mm. Yep. That's the first thing you thought.
Yeah, man. Uh, oh Lord, choir march.
Yeah. So, okay. Switching gears all the way. So there was, uh, Kevin on stage was saying why do we as black people always do too much? We do too much. You know what I'm saying? Like we gonna do too much.
Because we are the Lowry seasoning of life.
Uh, yes, that's what it is. And so he showed where this choir, was having a musical type thing or whatever, and they were
Was it old
marching
school?
in. Yeah,
It was old school, John.
marching. Well, it looked like a new age group of kids, really, and they're marching in from the back of the church. Well, they first of all they got on black and white. They got on half black and white shirts with leather bottoms. Right. Not only did they march forward, they came back and marched backwards.
Already.
So it's like
Come on, man. You ain't do that. You ain't do that in the choir
we
when you
did
was
not
back in the
march
day.
back. You know what? We didn't, and I posted that because I was telling Monica, then why did we think of this? We know we didn't march backwards
Shoot,
because first of all, marching backwards could have you on the floor. So let's, when
man.
you're doing too much.
My,
So
my
no,
mama had us. Boy, I ain't gonna say us because I was younger then, so I ain't really get to dance with the young adult choir. Young adult choir, off chain. It was
right,
time to have that annual musical, boy. Shoot, man. Yeah, so I was a choir director, and we had these. They had these steps where, of course, you're gonna cross. Everybody did the crossing where you cross, the aisle or
right,
whatever. But she added this thing in where you cross and you take a step back and then you cross back or whatever. So it's like, yeah, yeah, man. That's shoot.
wow,
I mean, it was like who was the flashiest? That was midnight musicals.
yeah,
That was the thing. And it's like, who intros gonna be the coldest?
yeah. I mean, it's crazy, but like it's just us doing
The most.
the most,
The
too
most.
much.
That's what
Yeah,
we do. That's what we do.
yeah.
We are the Lowry season in the life.
I guess so.
I mean, we come on now. We don't just shoot. We don't just do a layup. We do dunks.
Right.
You know. I was looking at it. I can't remember the dude name, the tennis dude. He's not necessarily ranked, but he played tennis with a whole lot of flavor. Tall black dude.
Art, what's his name? Art. now or now
now.
now guy.
Now,
Yeah, I saw that. I
I
saw
think
that.
it's
I don't
like
know his name.
Jael or something like that. I can't think of
Yeah.
his name, but
Hmm.
hey, that flavor, man.
I guess so.
Flavor, he'll jump 10 feet in the air and hang in the air and, wait until right before he finna hit the ground to hit the
Right.
ball the other way or whatever the
Right.
case.
Right.
And it's
Right.
like the Harlem Globetrotters.
Right.
Right,
Right.
boom. Harlem
Yeah.
Globetrotters
Yeah.
basketball.
There you go.
We Lowry season, man. We got to put that season. That's what we
That's
do.
it. That's it right there.
That's what we do.
That's it.
So yeah, talk about the marching backwards. That's man. If you can get away with it, if you practice hard enough, you can pull it off on Sunday evening or Saturday night, whenever the musical was. Better do it.
Yeah. That's it. All right.
Vanessa said the live season of life. I like that. For real. That's what we do, man. We put our season. We just like we like our food, man. We gotta put that extra spice on it, that extra seasoning. We don't just do it regular. We don't.
Right.
We
Right.
gotta do that extra. That's why we envied right now. That's why they trying to get that melanin right now. Because we do that extra. We do it with flair.
Yeah.
And we stay on beat. We don't get the job done. But we just gonna do it with that extra, with
Right.
extra step in there.
Right. 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 Right.
You know, that other cultures, if they try that extra step, a lot of them will trip over themselves.
Hmm. That's it.
And that's why we do
Right.
it.
Yeah.
That's why we do it.
All right. Okay. Well, there you have it. There's another one in the books.
It is.
Yeah.
Glad to see y'all, man. I think we took like 2 weeks off. We took
Yeah.
a whole
So
vacation on y'all.
thank y'all for coming back because, man, just life. Life was life and multiple times and tired. Lot just a whole lot of stuff.
Yeah, man. I'm just pray for the Johnson household. We parents all over again. And if you know us, then you know. You know,
Hmm.
we was parents. We thought we was at the end of the road of being
Hmm.
parents. Thought we was gonna have an empty nest. Now we parents again. And everything happens for a reason. We roll with the punches. We do what we do. We take care of our own family over everything. But we parents again. And the
Yes.
bounce back ain't the same. I was a DJ then, I'm a DJ now, but the bounce back ain't the same. You know, doing the club till 2 o'clock in the morning on a Tuesday, I could bounce back in the day. Now I'm out of commission for a couple of days.
Right. Right. Sleep. So yeah.
So yeah, life be lifing.
Hmm.
We're gonna roll with the punches. The good thing about it is life and it's not death.
Right. Right.
Oh Lord, what did Quinn say? Didn't I just say Negroes rule the world of the trifling? It says either going to be the gangster twerk Christian rapping in church or showing your whole ass at concerts and parades or just at Walmart. A Negro will be a goddamn lead. Yeah, yeah. I mean, we do extra. Sometimes we do a whole lot extra. Sometimes we do, unnecessarily extra.
Right.
But that's just what we do. And the one thing about generations, as generations go on, you know, what you thought was innocent, what you thought was just a little bit extra, they're gonna over season it. The
Hmm.
next generation,
Hmm.
and, the
Hmm.
generation after that, until to the point where it's just, you can't taste it. Our generation, we can't stomach it,
Right.
but they love that extra seasoning.
Right. Right. Right.
So yeah, Vanessa, till next week, man. Yeah, thank you for your prayers. Keep us in your prayers. So, but we're gonna get it done.
Hmm. All right. All right, y'all. Thank y'all so much for joining us, and we appreciate you talking back to us and all of that. So we're gonna see y'all next Monday, same jazz time.
Same jazz channel.
All right. Be blessed.
All right. Good night, Ramonda.